Yo, what's good? What's going on? It's your boy, man. And today, I want to talk about Teambuilder, man. I know a lot of people probably already know everything they need to know about Teambuilder. It's pretty straightforward, but there are a few things that could trip you up and have you wondering why things aren't working the way they should, or why you can't even get signed into the site itself. So today we're gonna go over those things today, make it an easy, smooth transition from getting your team from Teambuilder where you created it and into the game so you can start playing with them instantly. All right, y'all, so really, like I said, this is all straightforward, but I think the biggest things that I wanted to talk about is when people say, like, they go to the site and they say that the site is down. Yes, the site could be down. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be down, but I can almost guarantee you 9 times out of 10, it's not down. It's your fault. And I'm gonna tell you why it's not really your fault, but because it shouldn't work like this, but because it does, it's gonna seem like it's down, but it's not. So if I go over to the Teambuilder site right now and I just click get started, right, I'm gonna be prompted to log in. So I went ahead and logged in, chose my email, and everything worked out fine. But if you're on the game or if you're signed into EA, it will not work like that whatsoever. It's gonna say that the site is down, or it's gonna say that you can't sign in. It's gonna say give you some type of error or something of that nature, and you won't be able to log in. So as you can see right now, I am signed in to College Football 26. That means my profile is signed in. My EA profile is signed in. So if I'm signed in here, we already know the rules of EA profiles. I can't be signed in anywhere else. So if I go over to the Teambuilder site right now, you can see right here that it's saying error. The EA servers are not available at this time. Please try again later. But y'all saw me log in. Y'all know that the EA servers are not down, but this is the message that it'll give you. So that's just something to look out for before you try to sign into Teambuilder. Just go ahead and cut your game off or just sign out. I'm pretty sure just signing out should work, but for me, I would just close the application of College Football 26. That way you don't have to worry about anything like maybe auto logging you in or accidentally pressing something and you being lost as to why you can't get into the Teambuilder site. So I thought I'd just show this as a live demonstration real quick. So all you got to do is, if you get this error right here, because I'm not going to say that this is the only reason why you're getting this error, but check this first before you just say that the EA servers are down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to my game here. So it looks like they kind of integrated EA Connect into the app. So I don't really know if you can sign out still, but look, that's another reason why I said just go ahead and close the app. I believe that's the most effective way to just make sure that you don't run into any issues at all when you're trying to log into the Teambuilder site. So let's go ahead and go back to the Teambuilder site now that we completely closed the application. All right, so we're back on the Teambuilder site. Let's give it a refresh. And boom, just like that, we're logged in. So make sure you check this first before you go and say that the EA servers are down. It's usually not down. You're just signed into the game, and you cannot be signed into your EA Connect profile in 2 places at the same time. I don't know if it's different for certain games, but I know for college football and Madden, if you're signed in on either one of those games, your profile can't exist in 2 different places. And this even goes for Madden 26 when you're trying to import your Road to Glory player into Madden 26. That's going to happen too. You got to make sure that you're signed out on the Teambuilder site or wherever you are. You can be signed into the game when you initiate the import, but once you're going to like actually accept the player into the next game, you have to be signed out of Teambuilder, signed out of College Football 26, which theoretically you shouldn't be on College Football 26 if you're trying to import, but I'm just letting you know, if somebody else got your game and they signed in somewhere else on your profile, it's not going to work. So just make sure you're signed out everywhere except the game that you're on or the site if you're on the site. Just make sure you're signed in one place. That's it. All right, so let's check out some things that you can actually do on the Teambuilder site. So if you head over to the Teambuilder site, you can see that there are already teams that are created. Like somebody created a Mountain Dew team, so you could come here and preview the team if you want. And you can check out some of the stuff that they did. Like you can see the jerseys and everything like that. The effort that they put in and all the little stuff that they made for it is dope. I'm not gonna lie. But what you're probably gonna do is go ahead and create your own. But we can take a look at mine since we can edit these. What I did was for Road to Glory, and I created the high school that I actually went to's football team. So there's our logo right there. And this year they got a lot of dope integration that you could use to edit your logos or edit any of the files that you got in. They actually put in Adobe Express, man. So there's a lot of stuff you could do with Adobe Express. If you ever use Canva or anything like that, you'll kind of be familiar with this, but Adobe Express allows you to do a lot of stuff. So if you import something, you can only find your high school's logo with like a big background on it or something like that, they have a remove background feature on here where you could remove the background. And there's so many other filters and stuff they have on here too. But I do recommend using the site called Canva. Canva is the site that I use to just get the certain colors and stuff that I wanted for the logos that I was creating, because I couldn't find everything, so I had to create some stuff myself. So Canva is another site that you could use, and you could just download these images after you finish creating them to your computer, and you're able to upload those into Teambuilder. But I mean, logos is just one facet of it. There's a lot of other things that you could do. So like specifically for assets, there were some things on the jerseys that I couldn't get into it. Like EA doesn't have everything. They don't have like, they have like very generic stripes and stuff for the uniforms, but none of those actually looked how I wanted it to look for the uniforms that I was creating specifically. So for something like this sleeve stripe right here, this isn't in the game. So what I had to do was like just find a shape or an object that looks similar to that and manipulate it on the Teambuilder site so they could look how I wanted it to look. So that's just something to give you an idea of how to do that. Now it won't look like this when you import it. You'll have to like mess around with it a little bit just to get it to look how you want it. Like you can scale it differently, and there's a setting you could use to make it mirror on both sides, so that way you don't have to try to figure it out twice. And how you do that is by utilizing custom layers. So if you look down here in the bottom left hand corner, we have custom layers, and to add that new picture that you wanted to add, you would just go in, you would just add layer, and then you would choose what photo or what logo you want to use or what asset you want to use to put on your jersey. So you already know I chose this one. So with that custom layer, all I had to do was go in and edit that and just change the way it looks so that it would fit the jersey the right way. And also for colors, just something quick, just another thing that I thought about for colors, make sure that you try to be consistent with the material you use, because I noticed like when I chose, let's say for the collar design, I think I did none for collar reflectiveness, and then when I got into the game, the purple did not match on the rest of the assets. So like this purple was like a lighter, let's see if I can make it replicate it. See how it just looks darker right here? In the game it actually looks lighter than this purple right here, so it was off, it was completely off. And I can put like a little video clip of how it looked. So make sure that your materials are consistent across your assets. So if I got glossy on my collar, I'm gonna do glossy on my custom layer as well. So just make sure that you pay attention to the materials you use, because the colors could be off once you import it into the game. Also for the stadiums, they don't really have too many options when it comes for high schools. They did add more generic stadiums that wouldn't have any team branding on it, so that's good. But I know there's some high schools like out here where I live now in Blythewood, like there's some huge stadiums, bro. Like Spring Valley has a nice stadium, so you'll have some stadiums up here that kind of can mimic what you would probably have at your alma mater, or just a school that you wish you went to or something like that. And honestly, they're probably already in the game, but you know, something like this would not be a high school. I don't care how much money they make, it would not be a high school. Now this could be something that would be more in line with a high school. This one could be something that's a little more in line with a high school. You'd be surprised. And this one right here, this one's pretty good too. So they do have some good generic ones, but the base high school one was pretty much in line with what I had at my previous high school that I went to. I wish I could have edited track, because our track was black, but other than that, this is pretty good, man. And you can come down and edit how the crowd look, the crowd colors, and this is how mine looks. It's pretty decent. And you could do the surface, so you can change it to like just like turf, or you want like a more natural grass look, stuff like that. You could change the colors of the field to be like matching your team colors and stuff like that. So you could do something like this. That looks decent. And you can go to the logos and you can kind of move this around how you want to. And then with the end zones, for the end zones, there was no font. I don't think there's a way to add just straight letters to it. At least I didn't see. So what I did was over here in Canva, I went ahead and created the colors. I went ahead and created the end zone logos, and I added the colors that I wanted, and then I just exported as a transparent background. But remember, you don't have to do that. With Adobe Express built into Teambuilder, you could just go ahead and remove the background of the layer that you're trying to add into the Teambuilder site. All right, so now that we're in the game, let me go ahead and show y'all step by step how to go ahead and just import the team into the game, because I know this seems simple, but some people will probably miss this and think that they could just go straight to Road to Glory and try to import the team. So let me go ahead and show you why you won't be able to do that anyway. So we go ahead and go over to Road to Glory, and then we do start to start a new character. All right, so let's go over to import high school team builder. All right, so you can see I got Darlington and West Florence over here. So if we go to add a team builder school, there isn't one in here because you haven't imported it. Darlington is here and West Florence is here because I imported those teams already. So you won't be able to add one. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and go over to create and share, and then you want to go to the download center. All right, once you're in the download center, then you're here. You're where you need to be. Now, if you created yours yourself, I think the easiest thing to do is just type in your username. There's no need to like search it because you'll get a lot of cross-reference stuff. Don't search like the high school's name because you'll get a lot of cross-reference stuff. Unless you want to see what somebody else has done first, I think that'll probably be the only reason to check it out. But the easiest way is just go ahead and hit triangle or Y on Xbox. And then you want to go to keywords or username. I'll just go ahead and go to username, and then I'll just type in my name. All right, so I'll go ahead and type in my name, and as you can see, it already came up. And dang, I didn't know I had like 158 downloads already. I hope y'all enjoying that. I need to add more to it, but it is pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, we got a 5-star rating, you see. But anyway, yeah, you want to go ahead and click on this team right here and download it. Now, since I already have this team downloaded, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually just go in and download another team, build a team, because I might want to use, I don't know, I might want to use another team later on down the line. I want to say QJB made, IMG. So I like the way his was. So let's just look up QJB. I don't know what his name is. Okay, yeah, there's his Goldsboro team right there. There's Eastern Wayne, the actual team that he went to, and here's his IMG Academy. So I'm gonna go ahead and download IMG Academy because I'm gonna use that for I think either my linebacker or my running back road to glory. So we downloaded IMG. You see we got that downloaded. So what we're gonna do is now we're gonna come down back into the game. We're gonna go to road to glory. So we click on road to glory. We're gonna do start to start a new one, because you can't just import it if you already started one. That don't even make sense. So let's go to import high school team builder team, and let's go to IMG Academy. Yes, let's keep the team builder roster. And let me tell y'all another tip. I don't know if this is for real, but it just seemed like to me, I saw a lot of people saying that their high school team, when they just chose the generic teams that were already in the game, was sorry. Like they had no drip or none of that. I think if you set your team to whatever, I can't remember the name of it. It's like Powerpuff or Cupcake or whatever the highest thing is. I know Cupcake is the lowest, but whatever the highest thing is, like you're a power team, a strong team. If you set your team to that and you answer this question by saying yes, use the team builder roster, your team gonna be legit. Like they're gonna be good. They're gonna have swag. They're gonna have, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what's happening. I think that's why my team was so much better. So I don't know if that's real, but I think y'all should try it no matter what. If you're using team builder, why not? And then boom, you can see we got him in the game right here. IMG Academy. You see him. We got the Under Armour gloves on and everything. So let's go to our player. Let's edit our player real quick so y'all can see the jersey more. And there we go. We got our IMG Academy jerseys in the game. Of course, I did not go to IMG Academy. I was never anywhere near good enough to go to that school. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. You just go ahead and get them imported. And as you can see, everything is here. Now, the only thing that you won't see is the away jerseys, which I think is criminal. I don't know why they didn't add that to the game. But yeah, we should have had a full season and you probably would have been able to see that. So that was the main problem with that. But that's pretty much it when it comes to this team builder, man. So if you have any issues or any other questions or anything that I didn't mention, please feel free to go ahead and mention them down below. I'm more than willing to try to help you guys in the comments. On the other past videos, I've been doing that as well. So I just wanted to make sure I got this video out to y'all, because I noticed sometimes when people would be like, yeah, the site down, I want to make my team. The site's not down, bro. You probably just logged in. And it could be down, but they usually mention that. They usually say something about there being downtime, but just make sure you're not signed into the game, that you just go ahead and close the app. That way you don't have to worry about any of that confusion, man. But look, like I say, man, if y'all found this informative in any way, go ahead and consider dropping that a like and subscribing to the channel. Turn on notifications so you know when a new video like this goes live, and head over to twitch.tv/mainforever if you want to see us do this live, and drop your boy a follow. All right, y'all have a good one, man. Peace.